Hey guys, welcome to day 5 of No Shit November, No BS November. I'm coming from my office. It's completely gray and plain in here, so I figured I'd use my curtain as a backdrop. All fancy. So I was talking to a friend today about if you've been following me for a while, you know that my husband and I went to Tony Robbins UPW last week. It's called Unleash the Power Within, and it's like a 4 day long, super intense immersion personal development seminar. And on the first night, you walk on fire, and that part was something I was really stoked about because something that I started doing a couple years ago is facing my fears. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today because we were talking about, she asked me about that experience and how it was. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And while walking on fire is like kind of a freaking badass experience, it's more than the literal facing of the fear. It's very metaphorical to your life and just how you approach situations. So, something that I started doing a few years ago before I even started doing personal development is that, something that I really hate is missing out on things. I hate missing out. And, for a long time, fear held me back from doing things. And so I decided that I was going to start facing my fears. So, I have a fear of heights, I still do if I'm not like strapped into something, but I had a really big fear of heights. So I wanted to go skydiving, and I did. And it actually was kind of funny because you would think when you're like flying up in the air, there's all these things you can think about, right? You can think about the plane crashing. It's like this tiny little prop plane, and you're strapped to some dude that you just met, about to jump out of a plane. You can think about, oh shit, is the plane gonna crash? Can it even hold this much weight? You can think, oh shit, what if a bird flies into the propeller? You can think, oh shit, what if I'm not strapped in right? What if our parachute doesn't work? What if we hit the ground? Because they give you all these rules about like how you land. You have to land a specific way so you don't break your ankles. And they tell you all this stuff before you get on the plane. So you could be thinking about all these things and focusing on all of these things. And also something you should know, like a lot of rumors were going around and things people would say about skydiving in South Florida is that there was not, there was like certain places you don't go because so many people have been injured or hurt or I think somebody died at one of them because of not properly preparing. So there's all these things getting like spewed in your head from other people who are fearful and are telling you these things to be fearful of. So I, at the time, had not done personal development. I had not been somebody who was, actively really working on myself. I was a little bit, but not super intentionally like I do now. So I was like, okay, I'm tired of being afraid of things all the time, and I told myself that I was a person who can face my fears, and that's something that I've been doing, and I'm actually really proud of it because it's funny because I was afraid of heights, and you would think that jumping out of an airplane you would be terrified, right? But I was actually really freaking excited. I was so excited on the way up. Like I used to get nervous on a roller coaster, like going up that thing, and you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I would get nervous about that stuff. So I thought that I would be freaking out on the plane to jump out of, and I was so excited. And that made me think like all these things that we're afraid of, we're probably in love with, and we're just scared to go for it, and we're letting other people's fears that we hear through media, through social media, through television, because the news, let me tell you, all it is freaking fear shit getting pumped into your brain. The radio, fucking commercials, all this shit, newspapers, people talking about negative, fearful things because that's what people focus on. That's, how people live their lives. The majority of people live in fear. So, something that I learned while I was at Tony Robbins was with the fire walk, right? And it was really cool because I know that shit was hot. Like, some people were like, oh, it wasn't hot, it wasn't hot. Because you get yourself and you change your focus. You change, like, what you're focusing on. You're not going to focus on the damn hot coals because you're going to feel it. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry, my pants are being weird. So, you don't focus on the hot coals. You focus on something else. He told us to focus on, like, wet moss or cool moss or whatever. I just was like, I don't know, I was somewhere else. I wasn't even focusing on cool moss, but so what you focus on and how you feel about it and what you do with your body is where the fear comes from, and you can control that. You can control whether you're fearful or not. And fear is just an emotion, and it's something that you have complete control over, and it's not a reality. Fear does not equal what's going to happen. It's like you thinking about stuff that hasn't happened yet and worrying about it and thinking of all these scenarios. Like, right before we went on the fire, he was like, he was telling us stories about coals getting stuck between his toes and, like, burning his foot one time in Fiji, I guess. And I was like, oh shit, I hadn't thought about that. And then I was like, oh shit, now I'm kind of scared because I was super amped up. I'm like, yeah, I'm a badass. I'm going to walk on fire. And I was super stoked. But then, he told me the story of getting burnt. And I'm like, man, I kind of started getting nervous. And then I changed my focus. I stopped focusing on it. I focused on the outcome. So I didn't focus on what it was going to be like walking over fire. I didn't focus on how I was going to do it. I didn't focus on what I was going to think about. I focused on the outcome. I focused on myself on the other side of the fire, freaking kicking ass. Like, yeah, I can't believe I did that. That's awesome, and, like, super stoked about it. And that's what I focused on. And that's, that's just what you got to do. Like, you don't have to live your life in fear. You don't have to be afraid of all these things that haven't happened yet and most likely won't happen. So it's just, I'm really, fear is something that you can dance with, basically. Like, see the fear, don't run away from it, don't, like, be scared of it, be like, okay, because it's not going to go away, it's just something that happens. So you look at it, and then you say, come on, let's dance. And you dance with it, make the freaking tango, and enjoy your life anyway with that fear on your side. Like, use it as empowerment, and do it anyway. Because when you're afraid of something, and you do it anyway, and you come out on the other side, that is, like, the best feeling in the world. And it's super empowering for yourself and for other people to see that shit. So I just hope that you guys get something out of this video and do something that you've been afraid to do that can possibly be the most happiest thing in your life. I was afraid of heights, so I jumped out of an airplane. I'm terrified of sharks, so I'm going to go scuba diving. I'm going to freaking go cage diving with great whites one day. And that's what I do. That's just something that's part of me, and I've accepted that, and I love that. And I hope that you guys do that too and realize that it's not as scary as it seems, and you can experience great, awesome freaking adventure with your life if you just let go of the fear and do what you want to do anyway. Okay, I hope that you guys have an awesome Thursday, and if you do something that you've been afraid to do, let me know. Share this video, comment below, I'd love to hear, and we can celebrate together. All right, have a good night. Bye.